Plaintiff Adam Cutter met the defendant in college, and they were best friends. But Adam claims after they became roommates, he realized the defendant was a party animal. Adam claims the defendant brought shady people to the apartment who had cocaine and Xanax. And he's suing because the defendant had a party in their apartment and Adam's property was stolen. Defendant Efren Flores says Adam was a typical frat boy who partied several times a week. Efren admits that he had a party at the apartment, but he insists Adam was partying right along with him and his friends. Efren feels Adam was irresponsible, and therefore it's his fault that his property was stolen.
Start with you.
Okay, well, I met Efren Flores about my freshman year at Fresno State in the dorms. We befriended each other, became best friends.
What year was that?
This was August 2015, I believe.
All right.
Well, we became best friends, and then fast forward to the year after that, we got an apartment together. That's when I started to realize he's sort of a party boy, has girls over all the time, you know, stays up till 4, makes it to his 8 a.m., gives minimal effort in class.
How did his grades come out, though? Some folks can do that and maintain. Do you know? Did
I have no idea.
Is he still there?
They weren't so good when he was an electrical engineer, so now he's a business major. That was too much.
Okay, go ahead.
With great grades.
Go ahead.
Oh, well...
so he was a party guy.
Yeah, always having shady people over, you know, always there's drugs in the apartment all the time.
Type of drugs?
Xanax, Coke, some of that sort. So
how'd you know?
I saw them.
Okay. Typically, people don't do things in front of others, hard drugs, unless they're doing it with them. Did you do any of it with them?
That's not the case. Typically, that would be true, but not here.
All right. Let me get some background from you.
All right, so I met Adam about 1.5 years ago at Fresno State. He's your typical frat boy. He drinks about 4 to 5 times a week. And he's really immature, doesn't really clean up after himself. He's really messy, really irresponsible.
How about the Coke and the Xanax?
I don't do Coke or Xanax.
All right, and you never had it around?
No.
Okay. You sound like you kind of hesitated to say that. You had to think about it? You couldn't remember? No.
Defendant Efren Flores is being sued by his former roommate, who claims Efren had a party at their apartment and his property was stolen.
What has he done for you to sue him for stolen property?
Okay, so basically, I went on a hike with my brother, came home around 9:30 p.m., came home, opened the door. Efren and 10 of his buddies were belligerently drunk, stumbling around, came up to me and said, hey, I'm throwing a party, and I invited everyone and told them to invite everyone. I was like, all right. Sure enough, 10 people turns to 80 in about an hour. Some pretty questionable characters.
Were you dissatisfied with that?
Yes.
Why didn't you say anything?
I said a lot of stuff, actually. Yeah.
When the 70 people, you couldn't stop them?
Because Efren's it was his party. He was supposed to control it, but he was too drunk. I tried stopping him, and
you tried stopping the 70 people from coming in your place?
I tried. I locked the door, but Efren and everyone else kept unlocking it and ushering everyone in.
Okay. You didn't think to call the police?
No, I didn't call the police because...
Okay, when you saw people coming in that you didn't want to come in your house, you continued to let them in. For whatever reason, somebody wouldn't lock the door, they did lock the door, they wouldn't unlock the door. You allowed 70 people to come against your will without calling the police.
If you spin it that way, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so they wouldn't leave. I tried whatever, except calling the police, mind you, but the only thing to get these people to leave was that 2 of them got stabbed outside of the apartment, which they left, and then the cops showed up, and Efren ran away into his room and hid and let me take the fall for everything. At this point, I look back and all my stuff is gone.
What fall did you take?
I just basically, I didn't say any names. I just let the cops basically
But you weren't charged with anything, right?
What's that?
You weren't charged with anything, were you?
No,
Okay.
no, I cleared that up. But so all my stuff was gone, about $1,100. PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, games, controllers. I'd like accumulated a lot of it since I was 15 or so. So there was a lot of it there. And
Where were they?
Huh?
Where were they placed? Where were they located?
In the living room.
In the living room?
Yes, because
And you saw 70 people there?
I couldn't move in the apartment or
you couldn't get to it?
I couldn't get to it. It was that packed.
But you knew it was there?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You really should have called the police then. Go ahead, sir. You tell me about how these 70 people came.
Basically, a lot of people were coming in, and it was kind of hard to get people out. But I would think that if Adam had that much out in the living room, he would put it back. I'm not his dad or anything. He's an adult. He should be responsible for his own things.
Did you tell him you were having a party?
Yes, sir.
And what's your defense to paying for his things? Is that he had an opportunity to stop people? Is that what you're saying? Or he had an opportunity to put his things away, just like I said?
Yeah. He had every opportunity to put all of his belongings in his room.
You don't remember any of that, by the way.
I don't.
No. I kind of want to add on that I didn't really call the police out of not wanting to get Efren in trouble.
What would have happened?
Because I had his back.
What would have happened?
He would have been
To him?
I don't know. I just didn't want to call the police and
You don't
have
know what
him
trouble he would have
get
gotten
trouble.
in?
Out of respect for our friendship and having his back, I told him personally, shut it down, please. The police showed up right after, and I told them it's all gone, and basically they laughed at me because Efren ran into his room, so I was the only one who seemed responsible for throwing the party. They basically sat there and laughed at me when I asked to make a stolen
Your
report.
testimony lacks credibility, so your claim is dismissed.
Okay, thank you.